I should probably introduce myself first. Hi, I'm Jaleesa. Okay, that was weird. That was just not even. Hi, you guys. Welcome back. I'm Jaleesa, your hardback highness. And if any of you guys are wondering where I got that name from, like a week ago, I was taking a nap and I was dreaming about something book related-ish, kind of, sort of. And hardcover highness came to mind, partially because I'm a Leo and I have a thing for hardcovers. I don't really like paperback books, so it's your hardcover highness. All right, so today's video pretty much is going to be me diving into my favorite books so far in 2020. Of course, they're YA romance. A lot of people don't like romance. I'm not really sure why, because it's hands down the best genre ever known to man, or at least known to me. This choker is kind of tight. So I'm gonna really just be reviewing, kind of not too in-depth, but just a little bit more in-depth than like a TBR or a wrap-up, because I want you guys to know why I picked these as my favorites so far in 2020. And I want you guys to know about them because I want y'all to read them. The first one is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nallen. The synopsis does not prepare you for what really happens in the story, like, because honestly the synopsis just talks about these two people who were friends. They used to be inseparable, and then something changed and they're not really sure what it is, but they just are not friends anymore. And you know, one gets a boyfriend, the other gets a girlfriend, and it doesn't stop the way that one of them feels about the other. And so it says that time passes and then the girl realizes she might not get another chance to make things right before it's too late. So like, it really is very vague in exactly what the heck happened in the book. If He Had Been With Me is about two people, Autumn and Finn. Autumn and Finn grew up together. They were best friends in elementary school, and their moms actually were best friends long before Autumn and Finn were even born. And when they were born, they decided to get houses side by side. How cute. Like, I think that's so adorable. I've always wanted that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up. So anyway, and they do, you know, everything together pretty much. Their families are always together. The moms are always together. They actually call their moms the mothers. That's what they call them. And yeah, they up until 5th grade, they're pretty much like glue. So Finny actually ends up kissing Autumn, and that changes their dynamic of their friendship a lot because they're 10 years old. So after that kiss happens, they stop talking to each other. So time goes on, middle school goes on, they get different friend groups. High school is mostly when this book takes place, and pretty much it just goes through Autumn's life. It's from Autumn's point of view, so Autumn's life and her new set of friends, her new boyfriend, what it's like watching Finn from the outside, not understanding why they aren't friends anymore. Finn is really popular. He's playing sports in high school. He has a popular friend group. He dates a super popular girl in school, and pretty much their friend groups just don't really mix. And at some point, Finn has to talk to Autumn. So their housing arrangement is really a big part of this book because it kind of sets the tone for their relationship. Because they're neighbors, they often see each other, and like they spend every holiday together, either at one or the other's house. So they're always forced to kind of be in each other's space, and it kind of opens up dialogue between the two of them. And so they become cordial in high school. So there's things that are at play in the book that kind of bring Autumn and Finn together, but never like together, just in the same room, in the same space, having conversation. And that opens up the room, you know, and the floor for them figuring out why they aren't friends anymore. And once they figure out why they aren't friends anymore, they actually do, you know, romance blossoms. I'm not going to go into how that happened, but when I tell you their love was so not cookie cutter, it wasn't perfect. It's a love I feel like a lot of young adults can understand. If I read this book when I was like 15, I really wouldn't have understood it the way I do at 23. And so I want to go into the end of the book, because so you're kind of introduced to the end of the book in the beginning. Laura is brilliant. I think this is her first novel, if I'm not mistaken, and she starts the book off with the end scene, but you don't really know why that end scene is so important, and it really kind of draws you in because you're like, oh, skirt, hold up, what is this about? Like, and the end scene is very powerful. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I read the first couple pages, which was the end scene of the book, I thought I knew what I was about to read and get into, But the beginning of the book is the end, but it's not the end because I can't tell you without spoilers. But it's a tragic love story. It is. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, after I read the book, I actually did like a live reaction, not live reaction, but like a live photo reaction of how I felt when the book was over, when I finished reading it. And I have a picture, I'm pretty sure, on my phone still, of me crying. I mean, like, I don't mean like teary-eyed, I'm talking hard down, boohoo crying tears because of this story. Tackles teen pregnancy, mental health, infidelity, divorce. I definitely rate this book a 5 out of 5. And I don't have that many books that I rate 5 out of 5, but that is definitely one of them. But you gotta read it, because I'm telling you, if you like romance books but you don't like the fluffy stuff, this is it right here. This is the book you need to read, okay? So the next one, it was a very close race for first place. That rhymed. Close race for first place. I have to be a rapper because I'm dapper. Give me a hand clapper. Okay, that was really lame. We have Crave by Tracy Wolff. You see I'm speechless, right? This is my first vampire book ever. And you see how thick this is. This is actually the thickest book I've ever read in my whole life, to be honest with you. When I read it in 3 days, I devoured this book, okay? Because, oh my gosh, it had everything I love. It had romance, it had action, it had vampires and witches and freaking werewolves. Crave has 2 main characters, Grace and Jackson. Her parents died, and so she lived in California, and so she has to move to Alaska to stay with her cousin at this academy, this school. She moves to Alaska, and things are just like kind of all out of whack when she gets there. And so she gets to the school, and people are even weirder. People are staring at her. They're giving her these glances and these stares, like, and she's trying to figure out what's wrong with her because she doesn't really know. And so she ends up meeting her cousin for like the first time in years. So Macy pretty much shows her the ropes of the school, and the first day that she's there, she goes and explores the school grounds, and she meets this guy named Jackson. So Grace is looking at this chess table, and she can feel somebody like breathing on her. Like, first of all, use your gloves, okay? And so he's like talking to her, but he's like mad close to her. And she, like, in her mind, she's talking to herself, talking about how close he is to her, but like she kind of likes it, but is kind of freaking her out. And he came for her, and she wasn't even checking for him. So she just is not feeling this right now, you know? She feels super uncomfortable. So that's their first meeting. And he basically tells her, you need to watch your back at this school, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, are you threatening me or whatever? So over time, Grace starts to notice some really odd things. The fact that she goes outside with like all these layers of clothing on, and Jackson and his friends go outside with like t-shirts. Okay, you're in Alaska. So I can't remember, because I read this book like a month or so, well, maybe like 2 months ago. So I can't remember exactly how it came about, but Grace does find out that the school holds witches, werewolves, vampires, and I think that's it. She also learns a secret about her parents, which I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is yet. Actually, yes, I can. So if you don't want to hear the secret about her parents, you might want to skip like 10 seconds, or I'll tell you, or I'll write in the description when you should skip forward. But the secret about her parents is that her dad was a witch, her mom was immortal. So in the midst of finding out her dad was a witch and her mom was mortal, Grace wants to ask Macy about her life, and so she was like, am I a witch? And so Macy tells her, you would have been had your father not fell in love with this mortal, but because he did, he gave up his powers, and now you're just a human being. Technically, her dad wasn't a witch. He was a freaking, I'm trying to grab the word out of the sky. What's the dang word called? A warlock. I knew I would get it. He was a warlock, not a witch. It's really hard to take this book and tell you guys all about it without giving away so much detail. I have never read Twilight before. Like, never. I've never read the Vampire Academy books. None of that. But I would imagine that Crave was kind of along the same lines. And it was just so good. And let me tell you, the freaking ending of this book had me shook, okay? Tracy has a book in the works for a sequel for this book. And listen, I need her to drop it tomorrow, because the ending to this story revealed a lot about Grace and her part in all of this, and why everybody wants to, mind you, people want to kill Grace. Like, I didn't tell y'all that, I forgot, I'm sorry. People want Grace dead, okay? And there's a reason for that I can't even go into. The story unfolds as to what she is. Is she just human? Is she not human? And the thing with Jackson and Grace, there's romance there. I mean, it's the whole story is really pretty much Jackson meets Grace, kind of like in Twilight, the imprinting situation. It's something like that. Whew. The whole thing is about their romance, him protecting her from other people, and a lot of like constant like them fighting because of certain reasons, them coming back together, this epic love, this tragic-ish kind of ending, but very revealing ending that answered all your questions that you had from the beginning. And oh my gosh, it was really good. I just really enjoyed it. It makes me want to read Twilight, but I'm afraid that I'll be disappointed. So I don't know. Y'all let me know. Should I read Twilight? Like, let me know, because I will invest and I will read Twilight if it's worth it. Now, as far as the characters are concerned for this book, Jackson's very broody. He's very dark. He's actually kind of has like a mean streak towards Grace for like, but for certain reasons, because he understands why she's in danger and why he wants to protect her. So he's kind of mean to her in the beginning, but it slowly fades as the truth, you know, comes out for Grace. And so he doesn't have to be quite so harsh with her, you know. And Grace, she's very strong-willed. She doesn't really take crap from anybody. Like, she's not like a rollover and just let people do whatever they want to do to her at all. She's curious and she's not afraid to find answers. So I appreciate that she's not some like damsel in distress, you know what I mean. But yeah, I talked myself silly, and I just wanted you guys, I really wanted you guys to see like my favorite YA romances so far that are not like cookie cutter, beautiful, perfect, prissy, cloud nine, rainbow, candy, cotton candy books. Like, none of these books were really like sweet. All of these books are pretty much circling around romance, but they're all pretty dark. I mean, they're all pretty dark. They're all pretty tragic in one way or the other. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little reviews. Also, just a quick little, you know, something. I change my hair like often. So if you guys notice that my hair is always different in every video, I get bored fast with my hair. So you'll see it change quite a bit. But yeah, so don't forget to like this video, guys. Subscribe. Don't forget to tell me if I should read Twilight. Or honestly, if y'all have any other vampire type stories and books, drop them in the comments below. And let me know, because I want an excuse to buy some more vampire books. All right, guys, I'm gonna go now. I will see you guys next time.